Hey, and welcome to Discard. Today I'm going to talk about a few different ways that you can display your GameCube games in your game room or game collection. Let's take a look. So the first idea for displaying GameCube games in your collection, and probably the simplest idea, is just to use a shelf. Using a shelf might not seem like the most inventive idea, but there's so many different types of shelves out there that you can really find one that fits your taste. I personally use the shelf behind me most, which is the one that I personally made for my game collection, and it's just slightly bigger than the GameCube games so that I can easily get those games out of the shelf. But when I put it in there, it doesn't seem like it's in a space that it doesn't belong in. Another shelf that I typically recommend is the Billy bookcase from IKEA. It's a well-priced shelf, it's pretty sturdy, and it is completely adjustable so that you can make it to the perfect size for your games in your game collection or other game items. IKEA also has a wide range of other different sizes of shelves, and personally my very favorite shelf from IKEA is this thin bookcase. It's very small and the games just look for some reason awesome in this bookcase, and it allows me to really customize it to the fit, and it fits pretty much anywhere in my game collection or my game room because of how thin these shelves are. So I really recommend these if you're looking for a place to put your cartridges or your GameCube games. And the last type of shelf that I like to use are these clear acrylic floating shelves. And these work for a wide range of different games. They're clear so you can see your games. And for GameCube games, you can fit around 3 different games on each one of these shelves. I believe they come in a pack of 3, so that's 9 different games. But the big bonus to these is that you can use them for a wide range of different types of games, so you don't have to lock yourself down to just having them for GameCube games or any other type of game. Another great display idea for these games is these M-Design storage bins. And these are fantastic because they are exactly the right size for GameCube games. Now you can fit 26 different games in each one of these bins, and I believe they come in a pack of 2. The bins are designed to stack on top of one another, although you can't really stack them on top of each other when you are putting the GameCube games into them. So if you wanted to stack them on top of each other, you could put something else in the other bin, like Amiibo or other game-related items. Even some other cartridges would fit in there. And then you could stack the other bin on top of it with your GameCube games inside, and it would look awesome. And you could slide this into a shelf, and it would look incredibly cool. It's like a clear acrylic display for your games. And of course, the big upside of these is that they are clear plastic and allow you to see your games as opposed to just shoving your games inside of another storage bin. But also that this helps to store your games, even if you need to put them in a closet or you need to put them away somewhere. You can use this to store your games and put them away, as well as keeping this out on a shelf or on a countertop. It looks good either way. So if this fits what you're doing with your game room, it's definitely well worth looking into. DVD holders are also another great place to look if you're looking to display your GameCube games in your collection, because GameCube games are approximately the same size as a DVD case. I came across this DVD holder for holding GameCube games and found that it works perfectly for those. This particular DVD holder works great because it'll fit into a normal size shelf, or you can put it on a countertop, or you can put it next to your TV and have it right next to your game system so you can see your games there. One large plus to this item is that it is stackable, so you can stack multiples of these on top of each other and even make an entire tower of GameCube games if that's what you wanted to do. Since it's clear, you can see right through it and it'll kind of take on whatever's around it. So if you have a white shelf, it's going to look more white in that environment. But for the most part, it's going to display your games and have them at the forefront versus the display being the most important thing. After messing around with this one for some time, I think this is going to be my personal way of keeping my GameCube games next to my television and my GameCube. And it wouldn't be a proper discard episode unless I was talking about a nail polish display. And the nail polish display that I typically talk about is this clear acrylic tiered display. And it works fantastic for all sorts of different items in your game collection, and GameCube games are no exception to that. The only problem with GameCube games and this particular display is that the GameCube games have to be feathered on top of each other and slightly stacked. So when they go into this display, they're not going to be able to sit perfectly side by side. You fit 3 different ones per tier, and altogether you hold 15 different GameCube games in this display. And it looks really cool and will work in most parts of your collection. This is one of those items that is a real Swiss Army knife of game displaying, and it is something that you can use for multiple different items. So it's a huge plus to having this in your game collection just for displaying many different types of things, let alone your GameCube games. Works great for those, but there's plenty of other solutions to other things in your game collection that this would work fantastic for. And the last item today comes from a company called 3D Printed Debris. and they are a small business on Etsy, and they 3D print these. And these are very cool because they are a original design for displaying your GameCube games, Wii games, even your DS games. And these are fantastic because they can fit flat on your shelf as well as being wall mounted. These have 6 different slots in them to hold 6 different games, and it allows you to kind of put them on a wall and make it kind of look like your games are floating on that wall. It's a pretty cool display idea for a lot of different locations in your game collection. Fastening this item to your wall is a pretty simple thing. You just have to put a couple screws into your wall and it will stick there perfectly. So for displaying just a few different games, this is a pretty cool idea. It's original, and I haven't seen too many things like this in other people's collections, and it certainly makes something very original in what you're doing in your game room. So 3D printed debris might be well worth looking into. So thanks for coming and checking out Discard today. If you have any other ideas on how to display GameCube games in your game collection or game room, please let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking for more ideas. For the GameCube games, I'm also looking for different ideas on how to display those discs in a game collection. I think that could be really cool if we can find the right ideas for doing that. If you want to help out Discard past a subscription, please check out patreon.com/discard and see all the awesome things you can get for $2 a month. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. But otherwise, have a great day and collect what you love.